Alright, so PTTP is in Northampton. Again, it's been a few months since I've been to Northampton. Last time I only came to the Criminal Justice Centre. So we're going to check out some more sites around Northampton today. Starting with Mereway Police Station. Well, Fire and Police Station. This is right next to Wootton Hall, which is the police headquarters up in Northampton. So yeah, we're gonna have a little mosey around and see what's up here. I didn't see any signs or anything saying no public access or authorised access only, etc, etc. So we're gonna let's have a little look around. So we've got a very leafy police van here, cobwebby, leafy. It does not look like it's been used in a very long time. There's cobwebs, spider webs all over the handles and stuff, but yeah, it looks clean and tidy though. So I've got a helmet here where I've obviously been riding here. So if you do catch my hair in a reflection, that's what's up with that. But yeah, then they've got a Northampton Fire and Rescue van as well, which is pretty cool. So there was just a fire truck coming in, so let's get some pictures of that really. Pretty cool. Just taking some pictures of your fire truck, mate, that's all. No worries. It's a cool truck. Thank you for your service. You do a great job. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Busy up here with the fire service?
Been very busy. You know?
No, not at all. Just visiting the area, not really. Oh, yeah. Just saw you guys pulling in, so I thought I'd come get a few shots of your truck and that, really.
I could get a few shots of the truck. We just have to make sure, because people keep trying to get into the station.
Oh, really?
And it's meant to be secure, because it's a police station.
Oh, the police station?
Yeah, so don't take offence to me asking you.
No, it's fine.
It's a police station. People keep trying to get into the station. Because obviously it's not a secure compound, whereas a lot of the stations are like gated and you can't...
Yeah, exactly. I walked up and there's no signage saying...
I'll take a few pictures, by all means. But,
yeah.
If we could not be in it, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure, no worries, mate. Very nice. Well,
some of the police cars are unmarked police cars.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I get unmarked police cars in my shots all the time.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, look, if it's, I mean,
on
yeah, I know. I appreciate the request, but you know, like a police number plate is in public domain. You know, a number.
But here they're not, because I shouldn't technically let you on the jury yard.
Again, like, so I don't want to get funny with it, but you know, it's publicly accessible. You know, there's nothing stopping public from coming in.
Well, I could ask you to leave.
You could ask me to leave. You could. No. But yes, yeah,
I'm
just in recording. But yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. But you know, like in general, number plates are in public domain. They're owned by the DVLA. They're not private.
But while we're on public land, private land,
yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are while they're on this land.
Taking videos of our cars.
I'm not specifically taking videos of cars,
you
you know.
might catch our cars.
Potentially, yes.
Well, then you shouldn't.
But I don't see what you say.
No, if we were outside those gates, that's
sure.
fair enough.
So what's the difference with me? So I can stand here and film all of that. What's the difference from me standing outside that gate there and just filming them coming in and out? I can do that. There's no difference to it. No, exactly. Like, you know. Again, like I said, I'm not here to video all the private cars and that, but if they're in the background of a shot, they're in the background of a shot. If you hadn't told me that they were police vehicles, nobody would know that they're police vehicles and there'd be no issue, would there?
Well, that's the point. No one does know they're police vehicles.
Well, they wouldn't have until you mentioned it. And that's the thing, isn't it? You know, it's just... Oh,
we're
dear.
going to drive it into the station.
What, in there?
Yes, I'm going to have to politely ask you to leave the drill yard.
Well, I'll stand out of your way for you if they won't obstruct you driving your vehicle.
No, I'm going to have to politely ask you to leave the drill yard.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I said, I'm not leaving. I'm just moving out of your way so you can drive it into the yard.
No, I'm asking you to.
Okay, that's fine. You can ask me to leave. I will politely decline
Do this
the
private
request.
land.
Pardon?
In which case, I'm going to block the camera. Sorry, you started getting arsey.
I'm not getting arsey.
You did start to get a little arsey. I was very polite.
Yeah, and I said to you with the greatest respect, like, I'm not here to film that. Like, I'm here to get shots of that. You know? Okay.
No, I'm asking you to leave. Sorry.
You know, this is honestly, I've never had this experience with the fire service before.
Are you being really arsey with us?
I wasn't being arsey with you.
You took your pictures of the fire engine.
Yeah, and I want to get a shot of it driving in. That's all.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Right, so if you want to take a photo, fine, don't record. I'm going to politely ask you to leave our drill yard. It's private ground. If you could leave the drill yard, please.
The what do you call it? The what?
Our drill yard.
Drill yard.
It's private ground. I need to ask you to leave. It's private land.
Okay.
Can you leave the drill yard, please?
I'm going to politely decline. Okay. Just to let you know, you keep stepping towards me, you keep knocking my boot. I'm going to ask you not to make any physical contact with me.
I'm not making physical contact.
But as I said, every time you step towards me, you are knocking my boot.
Well, I'm just blocking your camera.
Okay. So blocking my camera is an obstruction of my Article 10 human right to freedom of expression.
And I've asked you to leave.
It's publicly accessible. There's nothing to stop a member of the public from coming in here.
No, but now you're in here, I'm politely asking you to leave.
And I've politely declined the request.
Okay.
Exactly. You've requested
now
that
the
I
fire
leave.
engine's actually back in the station.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you can't depart our drill yard.
Well, there may be other things that I want to take pictures of and footage of. At the end of the day.
You're a long way from there. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop there. I don't understand what... Can you please leave our drill yard?
Okay.
I'm not going to have to get a police officer out here.
You can do that if you like. The police officer is not going to get any further with me than you will.
I've asked you not to take pictures of those cars.
Yes, and you've asked, and that's a request, and I've declined your request. I could ask you to take your boots off. You don't have to do it.
I'm asking you to leave our private drill yard. Stop taking photographs.
No.
It's a good game, isn't it?
It is. It's fun. Be careful. You're making contact with
I'm
me
not
there.
making contact. There's no
Your glove
contact.
made contact.
No contact. Absolutely no contact. Can you please stop recording our private cars?
No.
I don't know who you are, but I would never like to let you in a fire station again.
This thing, I never have any issues at any other fire station.
Apart
They actually let me...
from fire stations that share with police?
Yes, I've been to those as well, and they actually let me in, and let me have a look around the vehicles. They've opened vehicles and let me go in the vehicles.
Okay.
I've never had this issue. Ever. Ever.
Well, I'm sorry that we're having it today.
Yeah, and so am I. I was really, really letting the fire service down. As I said when I came up, I said, thank you for your service. You do a great job. You know, I don't know why you need to be such an arsehole, to be honest.
I don't, thank you for saying that, but I don't believe I am being.
Well, you are. Literally, like, if you came... But sorry, if you just allowed me to get that footage of that fire truck going in...
You did.
A few shots of the yard...
You did.
I would be gone. I would have been on my way by now.
I've asked you not to record the cars over here, and I'm politely asking you to leave our drill yard. Very politely asking you to
And
leave our
very
drill yard.
politely I'm saying, no, thank you.
Hi, Kev.
Hello.
I've very politely asked this gentleman to leave our
Hello,
drill yard,
sir.
but he's refusing. He took some photographs of the pump, which I've allowed him to do, but I've asked him not to take any photographs of the cars in the drill yard, which he's gone against and took some photographs of.
I mean, again, as I explained to you, it was never my intention to come in here and film those. I came in to get some shots of your fire truck, which I did. You said, yes, and you said you were going to... Hang on, let me finish. Okay. You said you were going to drive that truck into the thing, so you had to ask me to leave. I said, look, I'm not going to get in your way. I said, I want to get basically a shot of the vehicle going in. It's a good bit of footage. You then started getting in my way, obstructing my camera, putting your hand in front of my camera, which is then obstructing me in exercising Article 10 of my human rights, which is freedom of expression, including media and journalism, okay? And you are obstructing me from carrying that out in a publicly accessible area, whether it's private land or not. Everything in the UK is private land. Okay? If it's a publicly accessible area, I have the right to exercise my rights.
Okay. Can I just... What's your name, sir? I'm Kev.
Kev. And what's your collar number, Kev? 9314.
9314. Kev
Thank you.
Hardwick, yeah.
Is that PC? Oh, no, you're...
No, I'm fire service. What's your name, sir?
Don't give my name out.
Okay. Is there anything I can call you just so we can have a...
Sir is absolutely fine.
Okay, sir.
You can call me mate or whatever you want to call me, that's fine.
Well, I'll stick with sir, that's absolutely fine. Okay, sir. So, it's absolutely acceptable for you to remain outside the property, and if you need to take film for your personal use, that's fine. Are you filming now?
Yes.
Okay, so you're inside fire service property, and that's demarked by the barrier there. So this is fire service property, and you shouldn't be inside and shouldn't be filming. So I'd ask you to turn that off now, and obviously move outside.
I'm not going to stop recording, and I'll explain why. Because of the way that this gentleman has approached me, and he's come very close to me. I believe it was accidental, but a couple of times he has made light contact, and I believe it was accidental. But the manner that he was getting in my personal space, obstructing my camera, I found to be very aggressive. I'm not going to stop recording, because I don't feel safe with no evidence of how you may treat me off camera. You've been very polite and cordial, don't get me wrong, but that could just be because the camera is rolling.
So, can I just answer that, sir?
Yes.
So, all of my team are instructed to challenge anyone who enters who's unauthorised for security reasons.
Yes.
I'm sure you can understand. You know, this being a joint police and fire station, we need to see who's on site. And with the best will in the world, we don't know you, and you've not been able to give us your name or ID. So he is within his rights. He's acting on my instructions to challenge you. And obviously, if we're moving fire engines around, there's a safety element as well.
As I said, I moved well out of the way of the fire truck.
As a resolution to this, then,
yes,
what I would suggest is, if you're not prepared to turn off your video, which I've asked you to do, I'm happy for you to take photos and video from just outside our property. So if you want to come with me now, continue filming till we leave, so that you've got any evidence of anything that we may do or say, which is your argument, that'd be absolutely fine. If we walk with me to the gate now, go to the other side of the gate, and then this situation is resolved, isn't it?
So what was the issue of me standing here getting a shot of the vehicle going into the garage?
That's for the reasons I've just outlined, sir. You know, like I say, police station, fire station, emergency service, we need to be secure in knowing and understanding who's on our property. You're unwilling to tell us who you are, give us your name, and any identification. So for that reason, I'm just asking you in a reasonable way to leave the property and film from outside, please. Okay, so do you not think it would be prudent that if you didn't want people to come onto the land, that you should have a gate, a barrier, and access? No, that's a vehicle. Did you come in through the barrier?
I came in through the footpath next to the barrier.
Yeah.
Okay. The footpath is unobstructed. It's clearly for pedestrians to access. The gate, the barrier, is clearly for to stop unauthorised vehicles from entering.
No,
there's no signage saying authorised personnel only. There's no barrier. There is no reason for any member of the public to reasonably think that they cannot access through that footpath and come and have a look around a public service which we pay for, through our taxes. And when I came, I approached politely. I said, you know, I just wanted to I explained, I just wanted to come get some shots of the vehicle. I said, thank you for your service. I think the fire service do a fantastic job in this country. I wasn't rude. He came and politely asked that I don't film those vehicles because apparently they're police vehicles. I said, it's not my intention to do that. If they were in the background of my shot, until he mentioned that they were police vehicles, nobody would ever have known that they were police vehicles. So he's made that clear and apparent off his own back. If he hadn't mentioned that, I wasn't going to go and start filming them. It wasn't my intention. This situation has escalated from there. And I explained to him that's not my intention. He said he's going to move that in. I said, I'll move that your way. I'm not going to obstruct you doing your job. Fine. I just wanted to get some shots of the vehicle going in.
So just to put that into perspective then, in terms of escalation, from the perspective of Jamie, he doesn't know who you are, he doesn't know what you know, he doesn't know what you're filming and why. And I'm pleased that you've said he asked you in a polite manner to leave. So we are now back at this point where we are asking you politely to leave and not film. And are you refusing? I just want to be absolutely clear. Or can we walk to the barrier now?
At this point, I am going to refuse because, at this point, out of pure stubbornness, I guess, really, and the fact that the way that Jamie, I think his name was, approached me. I mean, he stood like face to face with me. His boots were touching my boots at one point. His hand in front of my camera. That was rude and obstructive. There was no need for it. Just because you can request me to leave because it's private property. As I said, everything in the UK is private property. Okay. It is publicly funded. We do pay for this. If I want to come and have a look at what I pay for through my taxes, then I'm going to come and have a look at the end of the day.
Okay.
All right. If Jamie hadn't got in front of my camera, let me get a shot of that vehicle going in, I probably would have done a quick swoop around, just be like, so this is garages, this is where the fire station is in Mearway, and I would have been on my way.
Okay.
But
So-
now, out of pure...
So look, we need yeah. So now because of you don't like the way that Jamie spoke to you politely, I think you said, and
No, it's not so much the way he spoke to me.
potentially
It's more the way that he's come so close
covered
to
your
me,
camera because
and
he doesn't want to be filmed.
I wasn't filming directly him until he started coming and speaking to
So
me.
look, as a resolution, I'm offering you the opportunity to walk to the gate with me now. As a resolution, I'll offer that one more time.
Okay.
How do you feel about that, sir?
What are the other options if I don't?
Well, a gentleman from the police
Police.
has just joined us
We've
here.
got 133.
33 Chris Brooks Payne.
Sorry, where?
Chris Brooks Payne.
Chris Brooks Payne, thank you. And you're based here, are you?
I'm
Mearway?
based here, yeah.
So,
Lovely, thank you.
so before we go down,
Okay.
the route of you having a conversation with our colleague, our police
Mm-hmm.
colleague,
Yeah.
do you want to come and have a conversation with me at the gate?
I'm quite happy to have a conversation here, to be honest.
Okay, well,
So-
as the boss has just mentioned to you, obviously it is private land.
Sure.
You've raised the point, there's nothing stopping your barrier, and the boss will take that as feedback and we'll look to rectify and deal with that. But you've now been made aware that it is private land, okay? You've been asked to leave
Okay.
politely.
So if I were in a public park,
You're not in a public park,
okay,
okay?
and yourself came and asked me to leave, and I refused, there's nothing. Again, it's a public area.
You're not in a public park though, are you? This is private land.
It's a public area. A park is private land.
This is private
Every
land.
park every park in the UK is private land.
You now need to
Everything
people
in
have
the
been
UK is private
please
land.
don't talk over me, okay? I'm trying to be polite talking to you, so please give me the courtesy back.
Okay, I'll listen. Yeah.
You've been asked politely to leave,
Yeah.
okay, and be the other side of the barrier. You can film to your heart's content from the other side of that barrier.
Mm-hmm.
The barrier, as you pointed out, the barrier is there to stop unauthorised vehicles coming in, okay? And we'll take the feedback that we haven't got anything alongside it to stop pedestrians coming in, okay? We'll take that as feedback and we'll look to work with that. But we are now telling you that you're not entitled to come in here, that this is private land and you now need to leave,
Okay. Again, this is a public area.
okay?
Okay.
You keep...
Bear with me on this, right? Okay. The logic being, right, if you decided to use a stop and search power here for whatever reason, I don't think it's necessary in any circumstances, right? But if you were to decide to, and you found an offensive weapon on somebody here, would you arrest them for having an offensive weapon in a public place?
Potentially?
Yeah, so there you go. So that's an admittance that this is a public place.
Okay,
One cannot be trespassed from a public place.
okay. Are you going to leave?
No.
Why are you not going to leave?
Because, quite frankly, I don't want to at this point.
Okay,
I'll
so
leave when I'm ready to leave.
This is more of a stubborn thing
Yes,
now.
yes, it is now, yeah.
For your views or whatever it is we're getting from this.
Well, no, as I said, if it hadn't escalated to a situation where I was being obstructed from doing what I was doing, exercising my rights, then it would have been less than 5 minutes, probably, in and out.
Do you not expect to be challenged in coming onto places like this?
Yes, I
Is that an
expect.
expectation from you?
I expect to be challenged. I expect somebody to listen and understand that what I'm doing is nothing illegal. I'm not doing anything wrong. Exercising your right to disseminate information to the public, especially about a public service, a public sector service that we help to pay for, should be not an issue.
And just out of curiosity, then how have you been instructed doing that so far? What's
As I've said, Jamie came to me after I refused to leave because I said, I won't get in the way of you moving your truck. I moved over here, the truck was over there. I moved over here to get footage of that.
Around here,
Okay.
we're talking different matters, aren't we?
Yeah,
We're talking
anyway.
health and safety at that point.
Yeah, but again, I was
Yeah,
nowhere
yeah,
near it. That's like saying nobody else can be anywhere in the drill yard while a truck is moving.
Well,
That's
I think You'll
ridiculous.
find if they're reversing,
Oh, I'm even wearing a high vis. Look at that. There you go.
You'll find that there's policies around people being behind vehicles to make sure that they move back safely and things like that. We're now
Sure,
going
I wasn't
into the
behind the
realms of
vehicle.
health and safety.
Sure, and I wasn't behind. Anyway, after that, the way that he came in front of me, putting his hand in front of my camera and stepping so close to me that technically I could make a complaint and probably charge with common assault because I felt threatened in the way that he was approaching me. I felt unsafe the way he was moving his hands around. If I wanted to push that, I could.
Okay. Are you wanted to make
no, I'm not
assault?
wanting to. What I'm wanting is to be left alone, to get the footage that I came to get, and I'll be gone.
So where is it you're planning to go to get footage other than
Anywhere
what
that's
you've got here?
publicly accessible.
So I don't see anything else that is publicly accessible for you other than the car park.
There you go. If that's all I can reach, that's all I can reach.
Okay. We'll give you 5 minutes. Walk away for 5 minutes
And if I'm still here in 5 minutes, if I want to be here for half an hour to film.
well, now you're just being pedantic.
No, but if I wanted to,
but we are, aren't we? This is
if I
what we're
wanted
going for
to.
now.
So the thing is with photography, it doesn't always necessarily take 5 minutes. Sometimes getting the right angle, the right
but I
lighting.
think you know as well as I do that we're not here just for the photography. We're now here just to be pedantic, as you just admitted. Okay, we're just here now being stubborn. I think was your word, because you've been challenged.
I come to do my amateur journalism. If I get obstructed in that,
Challenged, we'll go with.
started with a challenge, ended with obstruction.
Well, with the climate that we're in, I'd fully expect
Climate,
anybody
yeah,
on
it's a
these
bit rainy, a
services-
little bit cloudy. What else about the
anybody
climate?
on these services to be challenged.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think you'd expect that.
Challenge,
as a
not a
taxpaying
problem.
Member of the public who pays for these, I think you'd expect us to expect our staff to challenge people
Yeah,
within these areas.
challenge, not a problem. You come, I say, I'm just here to do some field bit. All right, not a problem. Have fun. That's all it needs to be.
Okay, but you also need to be aware of what's going on in the area and the chats we've already had. They always need to
Yes,
be had.
health and safety wise,
There you
fine.
go
I've managed on every road in
in
this
that aspect-
country
in that aspect
without
then,
being hit by a
I
car
don't think-
in my life. I
Well,
think
then-
I can manage in a car
Well,
park.
in that respect, then, I don't see what's been challenged of you has been any issue. So I don't see where you've been obstructed.
It's not.
You've been
I told you. No. The obstruction was putting the hand in front of my camera and standing that close to me. He was literally within an inch of me.
Well, not everybody wants.
Like if I came and stood like that to you now, and started waving my hands around.
I'd take a step back and ask you not to come.
Yeah, and
close.
if I didn't, you'd probably put hands on me to stop me
I'd take
being
a
that
step
close
back
to
and ask you
you.
not to come that close.
And then I did step back multiple times, and then if I kept stepping towards you within that distance, you would probably push me away.
No, you'd be told. I don't automatically go to push.
No,
you
but if it persisted, it only stopped when Kev came out.
Okay.
That's the only time that it stopped.
Okay.
If I continue to do that towards a police officer, I can guarantee you now I would be pushed away, if not more than.
Okay.
Northampton has a history with the police of using excessive force.
Okay.
You know, I was literally, before I came, I've been looking up the disciplinary cases of Northampton police. There are multiple cases of
Okay.
it.
Well, we won't go into that because I don't know the ins and
No.
outs of that to be able to answer.
But exactly, but I'm telling you now, that is
Okay,
likely
so
to have been the outcome of that situation.
We're drifting off into hypotheticals now, aren't we? Look, for me, we need to bring this to a resolution. You've mentioned taxpayers.
Okay.
There's three public servants now here
Yes.
spending time because we've got the best will in the world, sir. We've got an unknown person on our premise. From our perspective, that could be a security risk. We don't know because we don't know who you are, and we're asking you respectfully.
If I were to tell you
leave
my
on those
name,
grounds.
if I were to tell you my name, give you my ID, whatever, how would that make it any different of how much of a risk I am?
It would start to reassure us because at this point you're not prepared to tell us who you are, and that in my mind ramps up that threat and risk to my staff and this facility.
So, as a public servant, your level of suspicion goes up when somebody respects their right to privacy.
No.
You see, this, and I think this is.
No. That's what you're saying.
This is
You
what
get
we're
more.
aiming for,
You
really.
get more
You're
suspicious
trying to engage
because somebody
this
doesn't want to give you
conversation.
names, ID, anything like
No.
that. I'm sorry. You had an issue a second ago with talking over with me talking over you. So don't talk over me either. No.
What
That
you're
respect
here for,
goes
isn't it?
both
This
ways.
is what you're here for. So
That respect
what
goes
I
both
suggest now
ways.
is we'll walk away.
Yep.
Okay. If you're seen to try and enter the buildings,
Yeah.
you know you're not allowed to. Okay.
If the door's open and I suggest you lock it,
Well, the doors will be locked. So
There
if
we
you
go.
are seen trying to enter a building,
Yeah.
okay, you're being told now that you don't have permission to enter any of them buildings, this building, or any of that building. You do not have permission to enter.
okay.
Okay.
And if I do,
So that's just been made clear.
okay. And if I do, it becomes trespass, which is a civil issue, no?
We'll see, won't we? But right now,
But it
I'm
is.
telling you
Trespass-
right now,
no.
you don't
Trespass
have
is
the
a civil
permission.
issue.
You don't have the permission. You're just
Okay.
here for the argument.
No,
No,
but
I
then-
accept that.
but then-
that's not an issue.
but then trespass
I'm gonna
is a
leave you
civil
to argue
issue.
on your own. Okay.
Have
We're
fun.
going to walk away. You are not allowed in any of the buildings that we've
Cool.
just mentioned.
All I'll say is next time somebody comes to film, unless you have a gate there, because even if you have a sign, you can't guarantee that somebody can read So that sign, you can't even enforce a sign. You need a physical barrier that stops somebody from entering here if you don't want somebody here. And you'll take that on board. Fine.
We'll take that feedback.
That's fine. I'll be back in a few months, maybe.
Okay.
Somebody else might be back in a month.
I dare say they will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially after an interaction like this. So...
Again, I don't see your issue with your interaction here. I think we've been very well. We've tried to talk to you. We've tried to address your issues. You seem intent on having an argument with something, so we're going to leave you to it. Hope you have a good day.
Cheers.
Thank you.
There we go. So, all in all, I get to wander around, take pictures of anything I want to take pictures of, which is exactly what I will do. So, I've got this big metal container. Got this empty so this is the back of the records building. And I'll tell you how it all started actually. It wasn't even Jamie that started with the number plate. It was the woman at the beginning of the interaction. I heard her say, "Oh, can you make sure he's not taking pictures of number plates and stuff?" So yeah, very unusual for a fire service to be so belligerent, really. Don't often get that. So they do have a little area down there that I could probably squeeze through, but I'm not going to. So here they have an RTC training area. That vehicle down there. Winching something, do not cut. That looks very, very beaten up. So I'm not sure what all these vehicles are. Like, they're all sort of old, smashed up. Maybe they're from road traffic incidents. They've all had the number plates stripped off them. Interesting. And they all say, a lot of them say BCD on them. We've got some more fire vehicles there. So just now, because of the absurdity, yeah, so around this way, got a lot of bicycles in here. Yeah, there we go. And then up here, oh, this is nice. Wow, they've even got a barbecue up here. Look at that. Yeah, so they can come and chill up here and have their lunch, have a little barbecue. Interesting. But I wouldn't say it was good fire safety to be using a barbecue this close to a building. Old sort of oil drum thing. Oh, it's another barbecue. I do like their barbecues around here. So Brack Mills Industrial Estate safety camera. Interesting. All the number plates look good, look legal. Ah, dear. And there we have it, guys. Mearway Fire and Police Station. Again, absolutely nothing to suggest a pedestrian, member of the public, cannot walk in there. And then right next door, we have a record office. Interesting. So guys, going to wrap that one up there and move on to the next one, which is just down the road here, I think. Pop down to the headquarters. See you there.